for the computer. So there we go. Right, let me pause that. Hello, everyone. If you're joining us, I'm just sorting out the tech side to everything behind the scenes as normal. So hello, everybody, and welcome. It's Friday. Has anyone else got that Friday feeling? I completely have that Friday feeling today. I'm very, very excited. Now, it's going to be a bit weird today because the person that's joining me, Courtney, is actually in America. So Courtney's probably just woken up pretty much. So Friday feeling might not have kicked in yet across the pond. I know. So welcome, everyone. For those of you who don't know me yet, my name is Kaz Grant and I am one of the managing directors here at Craft Resin. So every single week we go live into either our community group or onto YouTube as a replay with a fabulous resin artist guest. And we share a bit of a Q&A session with them to inspire you all, to let you all know that wherever you are on your resin journey, people have been there before you, people will be there with you, people will be further along than you, but just to know that wherever you are, at whatever stage you're at, is great. That's your journey and you're on it, and you can absolutely take it to any level that you want to. So I am so excited that Courtney's joining us today, because I actually, as soon as I saw Courtney's Instagram page and all of her work, I instantly was like, I mean, I'll show you all in a bit, but it is magical. Like, that's the only word I can describe it, like, that kind of portrays it. It is magical. So I will show you all that in a bit. But thank you so much for joining us, Courtney, and for being open to sharing like your resin story with everyone as well, because it really is so inspiring to see artists, to see people who are where you want to be. So I'm really excited about that. And I'm so excited that we're in different countries as well. We were talking about the accent thing before.
Yeah, so cool.
I know. So can you just tell us, Courtney, go and say hi to everyone and just tell us your resin brand, like what's your resin business called?
Yes, well, I'm Courtney. My resin business is Amethyst Dreams Shop.
I love it. Magical Dream Shop. I'm gonna track that out.
Some say.
I absolutely love that. So how long have you been a resin artist for, Courtney? And how did you get into it? Like, how did it all start for you?
I've been doing it for 2 years, and I actually started off as a clay artist. And then I had watched a video on somebody making jewelry out of resin. And I thought, I'm going to give it a try. And it was really rough at first. It was sticky, it was bad, but I was determined to do it. And I kept trying and trying, and eventually it stuck. And then I started doing bigger molds, and I thought, I can put whatever I want in these things. And it just kind of grew from there. It was really crazy, actually.
Do you know what, every artist that we've spoken to so far, like no one that has got into resin has been like, it was a dream, it was so easy, it was amazing, everything went perfect, everything went right. So if you are in that headspace at the moment and you've just picked up resin and you're thinking, what is it doing, why is it doing this, what's happening, like, it just takes practice and time and trials and experimenting and getting your flow with it.
Yes, it does. And to this day, even after 2 years, I will still make mistakes. So it's always a learning curve. It is, it really is. So it's, it is a very big part of just not giving up, which can be very hard to want to do with resin.
Yeah, especially when you've got your heart set on it, or if you're starting a resin business and you just want to be in it and doing it and making everything perfect straight away. Like, there is a process to it. It's like everything
it's intimidating.
Yeah,
it's very intimidating when you see other artists and you're thinking, oh my gosh, I can't do that, or how did they do that? I challenge myself and other people to think that you have to say, I'm going to do that, and in fact, I'm going to do better. And you have to use it and view it in a different artistic way that you can make it your own.
Yeah, because that's the thing as well, isn't it? Even if it doesn't go perfect or doesn't go right, or you might look at it and see imperfection, another person with another set of eyes might look at it and think that is the most beautiful thing ever. You never know, do you? I love that.
Right.
Thanks for sharing that, Courtney. It's really cool. And I think, again, this is why these are so powerful, because people hear, because when you see someone who's successful, when you see your finished page and your results at the stage that you're at, it's like, wow. But actually, everyone's been there. Everyone's been through the struggles and the journey. And it's nice to hear about the struggles and the journey, because we're not alone. None of us are.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, thank you. So what's your resin art angle, if you have one, and what do you love to make? Like, what's your signature pieces?
Well, lately I've been doing a lot of steampunk pieces, but I try to have a meaning behind every single one, and I don't always explain it. Sometimes it's a hidden meaning that I let my customers kind of interpret. But I kind of try to, so a lot with the steampunk, I've got a lot of skulls and some clocks. So I'm kind of going around the concept of time, which waits for no one, and our physical body and what we leave behind. So skulls are actually looked at as gothic and kind of scary to some people, but they're actually very beautiful. It's what we leave behind physically and our spirit leaves. So it's actually a beautiful thing. So I try to read poetry as well, and try to be inspired. And I love Edgar Allan Poe. He's dark though.
But he speaks to you.
He does. So it's, and I do a lot of walking too, out in nature. You have to keep yourself inspired in that way too.
Yeah, definitely. I saw your latest works, and I was thinking it reminds me of something, and I didn't put steampunk with it, but Lincoln, where we are in the UK, they have, normally when all of this hasn't gone on, they have a really big steampunk festival, and we see everybody's dressed up and everyone's wearing the
that's cool.
And that's why I was like, it makes sense.
That is so good. Yeah, steampunk is, I have to watch myself, because I thought, Courtney, you're getting carried away here. You need to remember that there's other things besides steampunk, but I love it. I love the look.
But do you know what? You're almost finding your niche there as well. Niche or niche, or
a little bit.
Like, yeah. And actually, again, on your resin journey, I think sometimes you'll find stuff, and it doesn't have to be one niche forever and ever and ever, and that's the end. But I think you go through flows and you find things that you think, oh, I'm inspired to do that right now, and there's a reason for that. Yeah, and then you might switch it up. Let me show everybody your Instagram page, just so that, I think for all the visual people out there, I'm quite a visual person, so sometimes it's just nice to see, isn't it, and see what we're talking about.
It is.
So I have actually put Courtney's information alongside this live, if you're watching live, or if you're watching on the playback, all of the details will be on there. So you can come back and have a little look and have a proper browse and get inspired fully after this. But just to give you a snippet, I mean, like, I literally am like taken back for words with all of these pieces. Like, and I know when you're in it and you're making it, you maybe don't know how powerful an effect your work has on people, but this really, really does. Like, it is just, it's magical. I'm going to use that word.
That means so much to me. That, oh my gosh, that I have no words. That means so much to me.
Oh, thank you. Well, yeah, I mean, it's beautiful. I mean, I can see, so steampunk's coming out here quite a lot, isn't it? But again,
you can see a change, can't you? I saw it the other day. I'm like, I'm changing. Changing a little bit.
And it's only when you go back and you look at your, I mean, Instagram's a fabulous place for that, because it's all in little squares right in front of you. And if you scroll back, you can see your evolution. Like, you can see your journey, how you started and where you've gone from. And I think sometimes that's really powerful, to go right back to your very first post and be like, wow, look how much I've grown. Look how much I've adapted. I mean, look at that. Just everything on here is just so beautiful and wonderful, and really unique as well. Like, I've not seen a lot of people out here who are creating work like this, and that is amazing. because again, resin is so versatile. There isn't just one mold fits all, one size fits all, one creation that fits all. You find what works for you and is in your core and what flows out of you. I love it. And also, again, guys, Courtney shows herself as well. So again, people buy from people they trust. People want to know your story as well and what's behind your resin art. So again, tell that story, tell them what it is and why it is like that and what you're feeling at the moment and why you're creating it. People love hearing about things like that. So right, I'm just gonna stop sharing this now and go back to our faces and ask you some more questions. But yeah, that stuff, the links to all of that is next to this, so go and check it out afterwards. Like, I can literally scroll on your feed all day. So how long ago, so you started Resin Art and you started creative, but how long ago did you turn it into a business, and how did you start that side of it? Like what were your first steps there?
Yes. So I kind of, it's all about building up confidence. And I kind of started to see that other people were selling their art, and I started with these auctions. So you probably saw my Instagram, and people really started to love it. And so I thought I could do this if people are buying them straight off my Instagram. So I started Etsy, and it's just grown from there. It's been about marketing and confidence and detailing things the way I need to. It did take me about a year to build my Etsy and build my shop. And it's easy to get discouraged when you don't get sales, but Etsy will tell you it takes about 3 months to even get started. And I will say it does take money to make money. So, but it's all about your advertising. And really, it's, if you want to do it, you have to have the confidence. That's what all of this is about, is inner confidence. And that can be hard to find, but you can also rely on other artists. I like to help beginners as well, because I know how hard it can be, especially with the business part.
Yeah. And again, I think when you're sharing yourself on social media and not just your work, other artists who are newer, other people who are just getting in, they see and they feel the struggles, but they know again that they're not on their own.
Right. No.
Everything's all right. And the end result isn't what you started with. You start and you build it up over time. And actually, confidence builds the more you do something. If you don't jump in, if you don't experiment, if you don't put yourself out there, if you don't get onto Etsy, if you don't start the business, if you don't do, you won't grow, you won't get confident about it, you won't be successful. No. You've got to go and do it. For it. Yeah. And just know that everyone has had no sales at some point. Everyone has had a resin piece that's gone wrong at some point. Everybody has had some kind of disaster that the resin's wasted at some point. Everyone's had a color disaster. Everybody's had a piece that they've looked at and they've gone, I don't like it. Everyone's had that, but it's okay, because it's a business and it's a creative field. Like, it happens. It's gonna happen. Oh, yep. Your advice is amazing. So what inspires your creations? And you said about poetry, you said going for a walk in nature. Is that kind of what inspires you? Like, is that how your personal styles kind of come along over time, or is it just been kind of just naturally? Is it just come to you? Or how's that work?
It's, that part inspires me, but a lot of it kind of just comes to me. I tell people that the pieces kind of tell me what they want to be. Yeah. So that's kind of hard advice, because you got to really think deep into yourself. Find a purpose. You don't have to have something, you don't have to worry about explaining it to anybody. But if you create with purpose, or like time or some form of purpose behind it, it'll grow artistically on its own.
Yeah. Gives me goosebumps. Like, that is so wise. And again, I think we can be so critical with us, or just push. The more we push to do something, the more we push to like force something to happen, not naturally, that builds that force up, and you're just working against that force. Whereas actually, if you are in that stuck place and you are in that place of creativity lack or anything like that. Like you just need to step back and take that time and do something for you that plugs you in again to who you are and what you want to be and what you want to do, because you're never going to find it in that place. You're just going to be bashing your head against the wall.
Oh yeah.
So take a break, find that inspiration again, whatever makes you tick and come out with all of
rush.
this.
Never push the process ever.
Yeah.
Because it will show your work.
Yeah, exactly. So what are you most excited about now then? Like, what does the future look like for your business or your creative journey? What's on the horizon?
I'm going to probably start doing how-to videos on YouTube, which, we've talked about that. That's a huge journey to start. Something I'm intimidated, scared to do. That's, there's a lot of judgment. There's a lot of things that, it's a lot, but I'm going to push myself. You have to make yourself uncomfortable sometimes to grow. So that's what I'm looking at. I've kind of partnered with a couple mold makers. So I'm going to have the ability to have some really unique stuff coming out. So I'm really excited.
Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to see that. And again, to see the whole process, because there's something in the magic of the process as well, and being able to see that. Like, it's one thing seeing the finished result, but seeing how it's made and how it's created, that's magical. That's going to be awesome. And do you know what, Courtney? Go for it, do it. You're going to be amazing. You are absolutely going to be amazing. And you will, again, look back at your YouTube over the years and you'll be like, oh gosh, look at my first video. What was I thinking?
I know.
And then you'll be like, wow, look what I'm creating now. But it's all doing it again. You're jumping out of that comfort zone. And that's where it happens. Like, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, I was so excited. Please, let us know when that's out. Tag us in it, do whatever, show us.
Oh, I will.
Because I want to watch immediately. So to end there, what's one piece of advice that you'd like to impart on anyone kind of starting their own either resin journey or resin business? Yes.
My biggest advice would be to not give up. I've been almost borderline tears. It's very easy to get intimidated, especially on Instagram when people have so many followers, things like that. It does not mean that their art is any better than yours. So you have to keep trying, take a break, but just don't give up.
Yeah. And with things like Instagram, you don't know whether someone's paid for those followers, and they're never going to turn into customers anyway. It's actually better to have less people who are genuinely your kind of people, who would like your art, who would engage with you, who would share it with others, who might buy from you, than to have loads of followers who are not interested and will never see it because the algorithm won't show it.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that is really, really good advice. I love that piece of advice. I'm learning a lot about Instagram at the moment. And again, that's the thing with resin art, with marketing, with business, with everything. It's all tied in, but you've got to learn. It doesn't just come straight away. Again, the person that's got 100,000 followers didn't start with 100,000 followers.
No.
So they had to start somewhere as well. They had to build over time. So just do it and jump in.
Yep, exactly.
Oh, Courtney, thank you so much for taking your morning to join us all this morning. Really been absolutely amazing to learn more about your journey and your business and what's behind it as well. I feel like I get to know the soul behind a business when I do these, and it's really cool. I love it. So thank you so much. So again, all of Courtney's information is alongside this live, or it is below on the YouTube video. Have a little look, check it out. And then next week, we're going to have another amazing artist as well. So watch out for when we post that. We will let you know beforehand when that's going to go live. But thank you all so much. Have a fabulous Friday, wherever in the world you are. Yes. Because now we're truly international now.
Exactly.
Take care, everyone. Have a lovely time. Courtney, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.